Hello everybody, this is Teresa Swan. I've been following Abraham Hicks on YouTube and I listened to this one this week about manifesting, and which I do believe in, and I know you have to be full of gratitude every day, and I do that every day. This lady was you couldn't see her, it was one of those ones that's recorded an event, so she must have been sitting in front of Abraham. And she was saying she wants this big house, but she wasn't saying it in a really joyful way. And she was saying, Abraham was saying, why do you want that big house? And then it was quite difficult. So Abraham said, so let's have a look at what you're thinking normally. So she said, well, I want a big house because I don't like where I live. It's a straight away negative thought. I don't like the rain. I don't like the clouds. And my alarm bells were going off in my head because I appreciate everything. How can you manifest something into your life like she wants this bigger house if you're cursing the rain, the clouds? She believes, doesn't she, that by getting this bigger house somewhere warmer, that it's never going to rain and she's going to be happier because it's never going to rain and she's going to be in this big house. Well, someone like that lady will never be happy in a big house or somewhere it doesn't rain. But what I think should have been said to her was that you should always appreciate rain because it gives us water. If you can't even appreciate rain, you are so negative, aren't you, and so ungrateful. Because if it stopped raining, say for example, I live in England, so if it stopped raining here, which it did one summer when I was a child, and they were saying we're going to have standpipes outside our houses because reservoirs were going down, that's what would happen, wouldn't it? We would run out of water. Millions and billions of animals would die, and so would we. So why are so many people cursing the rain? It's an awful thing to do. I love the rain. I don't like getting soaking wet, but I very rarely get soaking wet because I love the rain. I very rarely get wet when I take my dog out. It just doesn't happen. So that woman probably gets a lot wetter, doesn't she? But we can manifest things if we live in gratitude all day. Not just once a day. It's also, you've also got to mean it and feel it, not just say it. You know, like today, it's a beautiful spring autumn day. I just turn you can see the blue sky. This is November, it's December the 1st on a Sunday, and this is Friday, so it's nearly December. It's very cold out there, but it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and there'll be people moaning about that, won't they? Oh, it's cold, I wish it was, oh, it's sunny, yeah, it's sunny, yeah, I like that, but they're not really appreciating that, are they, because they're moaning about the cold. So you've got to be thankful and grateful for everything, not just a bit of this and a bit of that. So that lady is not, how's she going to manifest her house unless she totally changes her mind and starts living gratitude through the entire day? Bad things happen every day, don't they? Difficult things. It's just the way you deal with them. From every situation, you can turn it into a positive, can't you? If someone you love has just died, you can turn it from the initial shock into, I'm so grateful to have had them in my life. I'm so grateful to have known them. I'm so grateful to have had them in my life for as long as I did. Do you see? You can turn it around so quickly and live in gratitude, and it changes your life and makes you look a lot happier and feel a lot happier, and people appreciate that because you are a happy bubble, aren't you, running around? So in every situation there is always something better to get out of it, isn't it? Something to learn from it and grow from. So if you want that bigger house, don't curse the one you live in, especially, because that's also what that lady was doing, talking to Abraham, wasn't she? She didn't like where she lived, she said that. So she didn't like the house she lived in, she didn't like the area she lived in, she didn't like it because it rained there and sometimes it was cloudy. I don't know where you're going to live where actually in the world there are no clouds ever and there is never any rain. Because even in the places that a lot of British people go on holiday to, they do have rain because there are things growing there. And they do have clouds. And often when people are away for 2 weeks, they do have cloudy skies, don't they? So there are clouds everywhere. And there has to be clouds for rain to fall, doesn't there? So live in gratitude. It changes your life. It lifts you up. And if you really want to manifest something, not I'm manifesting my bigger house, my own house, because I'm choosing to live in gratitude and be grateful for every experience in my life. And I've had a lot of bad ones, but I'm not stuck there. I'm not living in that past. I, for example, left my abusive husband and went to live in a flat. Then I started my projecting then about I was going to have a garden I could just walk into, because I've got a dog and I used to have to take her down the stairs to go to the wee. So it was obviously easier if I could just open the back door, wasn't it? And hang my washing out. So I did that. I went from the flat to the house. Then that house was very mouldy, and I did used to moan about that house because it was absolutely freezing in there. And then I decided while I was living there I'm going to stop doing that, because I realised that I'm cursing that house and moaning about that house, that roof over my head that I'd created, because it was so cold and mouldy, and it was bad. But I stopped doing that. And when I stopped doing that, and me and my son were nearly homeless, suddenly this home, that is a 2-bedroom detached house with stairs, not a bungalow, and even in the same area, but even closer to another part of the seawall, which is so different than where I lived before, around that bit of the seawall, which was like beach and sea, waves. This is not like that. This is mud flats and so many birds, thousands of birds. It's so lovely and different, and it's just around the bay from where I did live, and it's so different. And I manifested this. This is detached. The bungalow was semi-detached. This is lovely, and also we've got garage here we didn't have before. So I've gone from flat to house to bungalow to house with garage. Yes, it costs more, but now I'm manifesting the more work, and that is actually happening. I'm manifesting that. The more work is coming my way, and I'm doing that. So you've got to go to work, haven't you, to get the money, get the income. So I'm going to be doing 2 different jobs, and I've created those because I decided I'm going to go back to do that. To pay, I wasn't just sitting at home, I was running my website, and I'm still doing that, you see. I'm still doing that, and psychic readings, still doing that. So if anyone would like a psychic reading, you'll find a link in my YouTube channel. And they range from £3 to £30, so not a lot of money. And I'm doing support work because I love helping people, I love caring for people. And I manifested that the first job, and then I'm manifesting the second job of support works to bring in more income. And I'm manifesting my big house. It's going to happen. Don't know the exact day. I expect I'm going to have to win money, aren't I, to pay for that big house. But I've been manufacturing this house in my head for about 3 years. So this is why people don't think it works. They think it doesn't work because it doesn't happen immediately. You've got to be in the situation to receive it, haven't you? So you've got to be perhaps on your own to receive it, so someone can't exploit you, or you might have to, because you're creating it on your own, aren't you? Because the big house I'm creating, I've never actually seen a man in it apart from my 2 sons and my brother. Never ever was there a man in it. So I knew the last man I was going out with for 40 months, he was not going to be the one in the house. Because that man hasn't yet been created, has he? So that's why I'm always going in there on the front door on my own, and I've got more dogs, creating that. More dogs, because I love dogs, and they're good guard dogs, aren't they? Don't need burglar alarms when you've got dogs. And I'm manifesting this big house, and it's got a huge garden, absolutely huge garden. I'm going to be growing vegetables in there, and I'm going to have so much money that I am going to be helping so many people, of course relatives and friends. And then I want to start helping the homeless people. I'm going to be doing that with my vast amount of money that I'm manifesting. That's how we do it. And you can't do it cursing the house you live in, the area where you live, the rain, the clouds, because you can just imagine that woman is already moaning about those 4 things. So what else is she going to be moaning about? Oh, the way she looks, the money she's got in the bank, the friends she's got, the car she's got. You see, it goes on and on and on, doesn't it? You can't moan about things in your life and be ungrateful for them and want to manifest something. You've got to live in this really high vibration like I am. I feel absolutely crap some days, but I'm still doing it. Wake up in the morning and straight away I start smiling, and I'm full of gratitude for that wonderful sleep I've had. Even if it is only 4 hours or 5 hours, it's still wonderful. And then I go to bed thinking gratitude, forgiving all those people that have hurt me and meaning it, letting it go, sending them love and blessings, letting it go with love. And all through the day I'm appreciating everything. Like soon I'll be going off to work in my car. It's not a new car, but I love my car. I tell my car I think it's the best car on the road. It's my friend. It gets me always to where I want to go and always home again. And it does. So, appreciate the car you've got, otherwise it might go. Appreciate it. It's always got me home, or when it broke down it got me very near to home, at the end of the road actually. That's how near it was. My son was moaning his head off and I said, stop it, be grateful that you could get out the car and walk home. It could have happened miles away, you know. So that when it happened I thought, oh my god, I'm so grateful to you, car, for getting me so near to home. I did. While I was waiting for the breakdown, I just walked home and had a cup of tea. And then the person texted me and they said they were there, so I just walked back up the road. That's because I was sending out gratitude all the time. Live in gratitude and your life gets a lot happier and a lot easier. Well, thank you all for listening. As I said earlier, if you'd like a psychic reading with me, follow the link to my website, and there's a new shop on my website. Well, thank you all for listening. Thank you. Bye-bye. And listen to Abraham Hicks, because it can help to change your life too.